guys.
Hello.
It's me, Dani. I'm here with B, and welcome.
Hi, guys.
It's girl talk time.
I've got my juice ready, because I always have a drink every time we chat.
I have nothing. Now I
Well,
have to text John and ask him to bring me something to drink.
do it, girl. Tea time.
So today we're talking money, guys. Money. This is big stuff. Now, before we even start, I am not a certified financial planner. I am not a financial professional of any kind. So
Never mind.
don't go investing in Apple and be like, Dani told me to invest my money, and then blame me if something happens.
I co-sign on everything Dani says. I don't know anything about money.
Don't say that. Okay, step one, we gotta get our mindset right when it comes to money.
Yes, you're right.
No negative talk.
You're right. I am wealthy. I possess the skills and abilities to make a lot of money.
Yes. Every day I get smarter with my money. When I'm trying to work on my mindset for something that I don't currently believe, every day I'm getting better at blank. Or I progress each day with blank. So, yeah.
That's why we all need a Dani in our lives.
It's just another way to use the affirmation. Because if you don't believe it, what's the point of saying it over and over?
You're right. Stop saying we're broke. Stop saying I'm so broke. No, you're not. You're not broke.
Nope. I'm choosing to use my money on something else.
Boom. Love it.
Hold on. I'm really texting down. Leave and come back. So hopefully we're gonna have a money coach on and a financial guru on today to help us out with giving you guys tips. But before they get someone's saying their connection spotty. I wonder if that's on my end.
Can we be heard in the meeting? Are we real time with our mouths and sounds?
You look like you are. I think I'm behind. Why am I pointing to my mouth?
Just by a little bit, though. Now you're better. You were better. You weren't good before. Now you're better.
Okay.
Let me make sure.
My little Wi-Fi thing is showing like 3 bars when it should be showing 5. So it's probably my fault, guys, and I am sorry.
You guys let us know if you can't hear us. Uh-oh.
I'm nervous now. It's stalling and oh no. No!
Huh.
I think using this as a hotspot, will that make it worse? Or will that cut us off and then come back in?
If we come back out, would it be the same link?
Yes.
So people are still here? Okay. Want to do that?
Bianca, did you see what Bianca says? She tells her daughter that they're broke so that they don't have to buy her stuff. She said, see, listen, we get our money talk from our parents. We get our money behavior from our parents. Don't go telling that child you're broke. Bianca, come on.
Tell her to get a job.
Give her a job.
Or that.
Let her earn that toy money.
I don't see.
Carrie's on. Carrie is a financial professional, so she's here. I'm so glad you're here, Carrie. Can you just let us know what you do and what your website is? I like those words, Virginia. I agree with Dani. Those are some of my favorite words. Wait, Brittany, we didn't introduce ourselves. We just started talking.
We got too comfortable.
Hi, I'm Dani from okdani.com. I also am a wellness coach at the forthcoming site, DanielleFaust.com. May 15th, coming soon. Brittany, who are you?
Hi, guys. I'm Brittany Miner of clumpsofmascara.com, the formerly all beauty blog, the lifestyle and everything I want to talk about when I feel like talking about it blog. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. So I'm really grateful that Bianca said that her daughter told her she was too young when she said to get a job. She's a smart cookie. She's a clever one. Bianca. yeah, Carrie, if you let us know, if you just put a little blurb up about yourself, I'll be able to put it up live. And yeah, I'm gonna send you a link, Carrie. I don't know if you're willing to come on screen, but if you are, I'm gonna. So what did you learn about money from your parents, Brittany?
Money. So the way my parents raised us, and in a lot of ways, this is how a lot of topics were brought up in our home, is that they just didn't talk about it. Money was for adults. There wasn't conversation about it. You didn't ask questions about money. It just wasn't a topic that we regularly discussed. We didn't really have allowances. It was basically like, here's $20 for the week, whether you've earned it or not. So the discussion and the relationship I had with money was one of, I just didn't have a lot of knowledge. I didn't have a lot of knowledge. I didn't have a lot of awareness about the importance of saving or spending or how to spend efficiently. And so what I'm trying to do with raising my children is to keep money an important conversation and not so much it's just adult conversation, because that's what it was when I was growing up. And it's just such a huge service, you know what I mean? What about your folks? How did you guys talk about money, or how was it a part of the family structure?
So it was a lot of not direct, much here, putting this much there.
Mm-hmm.
To me, from birth, I feel like save your money, pay yourself first, always have a separate bank account, don't rely on no man. That was from my grandmother from like the day I was born. But I watched and I observed and I noticed things like that. I always saw my dad bringing money to mom, and then this. So what?
You're cutting off, Dani. Wait, I can't hear.
Huh?
Okay, there you go. You were cutting out for a minute.
No.
It's okay, but Carrie's here.
Oh, Carrie. So let's bring Carrie up on the screen here.
There she
is. She's a financial stylist.
Ooh, I love that.
My money's not stylish right now.
Same. But it can get there. It can get there.
I'm bummed about my connection. I wonder what I can do about it at this point.
It's a little laggy, but you keep coming back, so that's okay.
Ooh. All right, so Carrie, what are your top 3 tips for women with regard to their money?
Let me pull up while she's doing that. I'm going to pull up my notes.
I wonder if I could come out and then come back in if you'd stay live. I know the link would remain the same, but I wonder if you'd stay live and you could just man the fort while I come out and come back in.
Try. I can hold it down. I'm responsible.
But I'm just worried that it's going to go bye-bye.
Oh, and then you would all go.
Comments are working well, but the video's spotty. Oh. All right, I'm going to try and come out and change my internet and then come back in. Because right now it's 3 bars. It's definitely my issue. So I hope this doesn't make everything go bye-bye.
You guys come back if we all disappear. Join us back again.
Okay. Can you see me? Wait a second. Can you guys see me right now? Can you see and hear me? I was just making faces, and that's not good. Okay, let's see. I think Brittany's coming right now. Brittany, can you hear me and see me?
I can hear you and see you. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes, and I look like I'm working right.
Yep, you
Okay.
look on my end.
Yay! I'm so glad. Okay, hi guys! I'm so glad it's working. That had me just anxious. Okay, so Carrie is up in here. She's gonna get a laptop and she can get on screen with us. So that'd be cool. Our first guest. But I want to know what you guys learned from your parents when you guys were young. What lessons, what everything you guys learned from your parents about money when you were growing up. But yeah, so I saw my mom paying bills and balancing her checking account and things like that. It wasn't like she sat down and taught me, this is how you do this. But I learned from observing. Mm-hmm. But there were a few things like save was like drilled into me.
Right.
When I was young.
You know what I did? I think one of the biggest growing up that was an actual lesson, but that I picked onto was after my mom got divorced, I realized that women have to make their money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if married or not, mother or not. I really held on to the belief that no matter what, I have to hold on to my money and always have a nest egg.
Yep. That was drilled into me. My grandmother told me, don't ever rely on a man.
Those that can, I think that's great, but it makes me a little nervous. So I'm always working, always, even if it's something to bring home to the family. And I see that I want my daughter to see that mommy can be mommy and mommy can always provide. And I know all women have that, and that's fine. But for me, it just means a lot to me that I can let my daughter know that, hey, we can do this too. It's not just baby that's going to bring home the bacon, so to speak.
Yeah. I really wanted my kids to see me working and doing something and contributing. That was really important for me as a work-at-home mom. And my kids, they don't understand yet that you can work without leaving the house. And when I'm like, I'm working, I'm like, no, you're on the computer. Daddy went to work. I'm like, I don't believe to be working. Get out of here.
Don't get it.
But so Carrie is here. I'm going to add her to the broadcast. I don't know what this is going to do. I don't know if it's going to be like a triple screen or what, but I'm going to add her and see what happens. So let's cross our fingers collectively, guys. Oh, Virginia said that she didn't want anything other than that she was told if I needed or wanted anything to just ask for money. Ain't that great?
Nice.
Man, listen, I want your parents. Ask us. We got you. Okay, so I'm going to try and bring Carrie on. She looks like she's ready. Let's see what happens. It worked. Hi, Carrie.
Yes.
Yes. Yay. Why are you so excited for me?
So cool.
I love it. Tell everybody what you do and stuff.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So hi, I'm Carrie Pink, your financial stylist, and I teach all things finance. So budgeting, savings, credit, debt payoff, investing, whatever you want to know about finance, money mindset. I'm a mom of 5, soon to be 6. And, surprise!
Oh my word! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And so I talk about mommy money a lot too, but just woman money in general, because it's an important topic, an important subject. It's important that we as women understand what's happening with our money and make strategic moves sooner rather than later.
Word. Preach that.
Agreed.
Yes.
So what do you see with your clients as the most common issue or problem Virginia said congratulations, by the way. Issue
Thank
or
you,
problem
Virginia.
women have with money.
Biggest issue I see is debt.
And I'll pop them up.
Debt is number one. Women are bogged down with consumer debt. So this is outside of the student loan debt and outside of mortgage and car debt. There is a lot of just simple credit card debt. And it's credit card debt for living, credit card debt because of habits, credit card debt because of children. It's just credit card debt. And that's the number one thing that I'm seeing right now amongst my clients, and it's the number one thing that they want to work on. So it ties into credit, of course, but getting a hold of the debt, I mean, I've seen some pretty broad.
Some whopper.
Yeah, where, so every person that I work with, I set them up. A budget is ground zero. I don't care who you work with. That should be where you start, because we can't create a plan for anything else if we don't have all the numbers in black and white. So that's where I start everyone, but I do mine with percentages. So there's sort of a benchmark percentage that you want to be in per category when it comes to expenses. And I'm broad, so I'm not doing it per line item, but I'm saying your savings and debt, that's something unique to me, that I put those two things together. And it's because I'm seeing so much debt and so little savings that I literally want my clients, as they pay off their debt, to flip-flop that money straight into savings. And I'm seeing debt rates of 20, 25%, some even higher. 40% of their income is going to their debt.
That's making my chest tight thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm stressed out for them.
Yeah. So imagine switching that. If I'm saying don't spend $1 of this when you pay off the debt, and we're going to automatically reallocate these dollars into savings. That means when it's all done, you are going to be guaranteed to save 10, 15, 20, up to 40% of your income, which is like unheard of for the average person, because they take, when they're done spending, they spend on something else.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's a really great budgeting tip. And everything else in your budget is standard besides that very unique tip?
Yeah, so I put those two together in one category, and I don't want it to exceed 30 unless it's 30% or more and you're saving it all. But then I do fixed expenses, of course, the typical, this is the things that I need to live, otherwise the human. Those are 50%. And then your lifestyle, no matter what. And I tell all my clients, as long as you stay within these four walls, you and I are good. If you step out of this box, this is when we're going to have trouble.
Gotcha.
So, and I do that at 20% of your income. And I think that's pretty generous, right? And if you can stay within that price, a lot of people are spending double that or more just on themselves.
Woo. Oh, the minimalist, me and Danielle are minimalists, and we're like, oh, wow. I asked in one of my groups in preparation of our chat, what were some of the concerns women have as it relates to money? And I know you discussed debt. One of the ladies in the group talked about Ness was a stay-at-home mom, and she wanted to get more information on the thoughts of how is it important for women to save? I know there's a conversation of working moms and stay-at-home moms, and how is it that women who do not work outside of the home can secure themselves financially, so that in case, God forbid, something happens with their partner, and they want to be able to take care of them and their children? How would you recommend women in those circumstances kind of figure out a financial plan?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes sense. And this is something that I don't work with as many women in this category, although I have recently become that woman, right? I left a big corporate career to be a stay-at-home mom and do my finance thing full time, but it's a different world, right? And you sort of become, for the first time, I know for me, for the first time in my life, I'm not making the majority of my own money, right? So it puts you in a different box. No matter what, as a woman, you should always have some type of financial plan, no matter how small or big, because you have to prepare for anything. There are women, and I haven't worked with them personally, but I know some of my colleagues have worked with women who don't know how much their husband makes. And they're a stay-at-home mom.
Oh man.
And they, they don't know, they have no clue. They just have no seat at the table when it comes to finance because it's not a part of it's just not a part of their responsibilities in the house. And that to me is
scary.
Beyond scary.
Yeah.
Beyond scary. Even if you're not one, there should still be money coming to you in your hand.
Right.
And out of that money that you receive, you should have a plan for it. It should be fun money, right? What I'm starting to realize is that there are women who are in relationships where it's almost like their husband is their daddy, right? And they have to ask for every single thing they need.
No.
And that is live. Every time you need something, it's a little hard to say, I need this so that I can save it over here.
Yeah.
So it requires a much different conversation. Right, exactly, Virginia. And that's what some of my colleagues are seeing, that women are unfortunately being left in situations where they financially cannot break away from because they don't have any sort of protection in the game. They have no skin in the game and they have no protection for themselves or their children. So you really have to this requires courage, for one, as a woman, to have that conversation. And it requires a husband who's willing to hear that conversation. And then just understanding, like, listen, this is great, but I think that as a woman who works in the home, there's a value that comes with that.
It's not an easy job.
This is not an easy job, and there's a value that comes with that. And there should be, if you want to call it an allowance, I am totally fine with a woman saying, this is my allowance from my husband. Whatever you want to call it, but there should be some type of systematic, consistent money coming your direction, no matter how small the amount. The amount is less important than the consistency.
Agreed. Set that bad boy up, direct deposit, right from his check into your account. But yeah, I think it takes a level of courage, like you said, to have that conversation, but also a level of self-respect and, self-protection. I don't know if that's a word, but you have to protect yourself in that case, and not even just, as Virginia said, if he cheats or does something shady, but what if he gets hit by a bus? You really need to have something, because who knows, especially if you don't know what's going on financially.
Yeah, I think no matter who makes the money, you should both be at the table having the financial conversations. Absolutely. You should know what bills exist, what needs to be paid, all of that, even if you're not the one physically bringing home the bacon, right? I mean, you just should. That's what a family does. That's what a family does. And you should have and it's not to say that it should be a secret, because I don't agree with that. I don't believe that the account should be a secret, but I do believe that it should be there and he should know about it the same way he can have one and, You know about it. There's nothing worse than finding out my husband left and he has $20 million. They didn't know about, like, and that has happened to women because they just.
That's so unfortunate. Okay, so we have make that a priority. Make your budget. Make sure that you have a seat at the table and that you're protecting yourself and your children. Give us one last tip.
Start investing sooner rather than later.
All right, now email me a list of where I should be investing my money. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Invest.
So yeah, investing.
Powerhouse. I mean, that's the engine that gets the machine running. Saving for saving's sake, too far.
What do you say to the woman who's like, I'm barely making ends meet. I can't invest. That's for rich people. What do you say to her?
You don't have to call me out.
Cut it out.
For that woman, I'm going to tell her that there obviously is there's a stable point you want to reach with your debt. You want to get to the point where you sort of have up and you know what's happening and where you're going. But you should never be paying off debt without saving something, number one. Because what happens if you run into it, first thing you're run to is debt. You're saving even a minimal amount that puts you in a better position. People have to decide what number in savings is comfortable for them. And when you get to that number, money work for you with investing. That's how you make your money not grow sitting in savings. Although financial experts will, and it's simply because so many people are not doing it. Investing is the next step because you will watch your money fall in love and make babies in your bank account.
I love it.
All right, Carrie. Thank you. Where can we find you? Pick yourself out. What you got going on?
Yourfinancialstylist.com is my website. And that's actually my social media handle at Your Financial Stylist on Instagram, YFSer. And even my email is super easy. hello@yourfinancialstylist.com.
Sweet.
Thank you, Ro. Hold on. Did it come up?
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's where you can find Carrie. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Wisdom,
Thank you for having me.
and I'll be expecting that email of where I should be investing things. And I'm just really grateful that you came on. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
We'll continue picking up that baby. Okay. That was so cool. I love that we had the triple screen.
Awesome. I was
She
so
was super duper informative.
Yeah. I'm glad she tackled. Wait, hold on. Virginia said something. It went away on my end.
What?
Oh, women should also have their own retirement plans, like IRAs, even if they're a stay-at-home mom. Agreed. I don't know much about retirement plans. I should learn more about mine. We do have one, my husband and myself, but we're self-employed and it's extra tricky. But again, these are things that I feel like when it comes to the money conversation, if you're out of your parents' home or you're older than 18, you should know. So we can't make the excuses of, oh, I didn't know, I had no idea. Well, go on Google and figure it out.
Didn't know ain't cute.
Can't make excuses.
Yeah, I didn't know ain't cute, and we have to. If you don't know, you got to find out.
Period.
There are websites, there are books, there are tons of things. Oh, and she mentioned the debt snowball. I'll share this resource into or put it up on the screen. Give me a sec. I think you have experience with this book. This is your link, Brittany.
What?
Hold on. Show. Oh, I should put it in the comments, right?
Yes,
so that the link is clickable.
No,
Tell everybody about this book.
Okay. So, did you put it up? I see it. No, you were lagging a little bit, but you're back. So Dave Ramsey, I know, is a very popular financial guru. You either love him or you hate him. He's very matter of fact with the way he talks about money. He doesn't sugarcoat a darn thing. He tells people they're broke. He'll let you know how to get your life together. He does have a religious spin, but it's not so heavy to where if you aren't a believer, you're like, oh God, I can't listen to it. But I like his concept because it's simple to understand. He talks about a debt snowball in terms of like gathering all your debt and paying it smallest to largest. It's easy to understand. And his book is super simple to understand. My husband and I are actually taking his Financial Peace University, which helps couples and spouses kind of learn how to discuss money and how to kind of be in the know with what each other's doing. Something we should have taken before marriage, but better late than never. So I highly recommend Dave Ramsey for no matter what part you are in your financial journey. I think he's got something for everybody. Even if you've got no debt and you're rich, he's got books on investing. So he covers the whole spectrum of finances.
Nice. Do you and your husband communicate well with regard to money? Or is this the beginning of it?
We've gotten better. With Financial Peace University, we've gotten a lot better. When we got married, we were very separate. He had a job in a house, I had a job in a house. And so when we got married, we were still living like our separate lives. Like, I'd pay my bills, he'd pay his bills, and we just used the wrong pronouns. My money, my money. It wasn't ours. And so we've learned to kind of discuss how it's our money. And it's just a concept that I think, like you said, if how you were raised and taught about money, try living that way, and then bringing in another person who had a totally different way of learning about money, and trying to coexist together can be tricky. So in addition to learning money on your own, it's important that spouses learn how to communicate together for what's best for the household. And it's not easy, but it needs to happen. Because what's the number one cause of divorce, guys? Anybody know? Anybody?
Cheating?
No. It's that money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So John and I think I feel like it comes to me because he knows that I'm better with money than he is. So I feel like it's all on my shoulder to like allot this much here, and okay, this is how much you can spend on foolishness this month, and this is how much we have to go here. So, but I think that him growing up, and now 40 is such a milestone age. Now he's like really like getting serious about it. Meanwhile, I was like 21, like, dude, we got to do this. We got to do this. So I think that we're getting better with the communication.
And in every relationship, there's always one that's more serious than the other. And for some, there's
the spender and the saver.
Right.
All that stuff.
Which one are you?
Huh?
Which one are you? Are you the spender or the saver?
See, what had happened was, I like to spend, but I'm definitely a saver. I always save first. Like I said, it was drilled into me.
Yeah.
But my parents always said, pay yourself first. And that's just what I do.
Yeah. Well, no, Carrie's right about, she's like, Dave Ramsey gets the credit, but we were snowballing way before him. Girl, you started the trend, honey.
Yeah.
What I love seeing in terms of bloggers is I love seeing our income reports. Are you familiar with those? Like a lot of bloggers are putting out income reports, which I think help provide a certain level of vulnerability as it relates to finances. Because, back in the day, it used to be secretive. Like you weren't supposed to talk about your money. And, don't tell anyone. But I love that now we're getting to a place where people are comfortable admitting that I've got $22,000 in debt, or that I've made $140 a quarter, and here's how I spend it. So I think we're kind of coming into a place where people are more comfortable talking about the highs and lows of money. So that's good.
I love reading those reports.
Yeah.
But I would never do one. I still like.
Me neither.
I'm comfortable with giving ranges.
Mm-hmm.
Like my blog pays the mortgage and the car, versus saying I make this amount of money. Like I still have that thing where I can talk about money, but thank you. But what are you doing? Love you.
Hey,
John. Brittany says hey. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Thanks, John. But it's in the closet. But I don't want to be specific. Like, well, this quarter I made X amount, and I mean, I get why people do, and I like the transparency. And I think it makes sense in certain. If you're a blog coach, you better tell me how much you're making, because how dare you try to tell me what to do if I don't know you're balling. But I think just for a random mommy blogger who doesn't talk about finances or teach you how to make money, I don't think it's necessary, but I love it, and I love to read them.
I'm just not gonna do it. I'm with you.
I love you.
I'm absolutely with you. Well, another book that I like that I found so incredibly helpful with my journey into money and trying to be more conscious about money was for my graduation in 2007.
Don't even say.
I'm still fine, so whatever. But no, somebody gave me the book, The Money Book for the Young, Fabulous, and Broke by Suze Orman. And that's another book that kind of lays out the basics of money. I mean, she talks about things you should have been learning in third grade.
I love that book.
Yeah, it was so good. And I was kind of upset that I didn't know the stuff she was talking about until after college. So that's a great book for people who are starting a new life, or just, it says the young, but I think it's good for anybody.
Yeah. I think it's like geared for, up to 30,
Yeah.
But depending on where you are in your money knowledge.
Yep.
I'm just going to put this up. I put it in the comments if anyone wants a clickable link, but this is the book that she just mentioned. Suze Orman, in my head, Susie was my first financial mentor.
Me too.
And I learned so much from reading her stuff, and was just like, okay, so first this, then this, and then this, and then I'm rich. The end. So I really like the way she laid it out. No nonsense, but still like full of love. And yeah, everything she says, I really take to heart and listen. And I always like have this desire, well, back when I watched her show, to call in and be like, I make this much. Can I go on my vacation? You know how she had to call in people? Like, girl, go save. Go save.
Well, tell us about, because I know, are you still reading Jen's, how do you say her name? Jen's book?
Oh my God, Jen Sincero. This is a book for the money mindset. Don't even get me started on it, because I could talk for an hour on this book.
Clearly you liked it.
I loved it. I am in my second listen through it, and I'm almost done the second listen through, and it just came out like a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Guys, if you are looking for a book to help you with your money mindset, and when I say money mindset, I mean looking at how you view money because of how you were raised, things that you thought that you heard growing up about money, like money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are all sharks and bad guys, or whatever. Those things stick within you.
They do.
And energetically, they will sleep from doing what you need to do to get rich, baby. And there is no shame in wanting to get rich. That's another thing. You can be rich and spiritual, rich and religious. Like, there's so many things. Money is just so thickly wrapped up around us and our psyches. And this book is really a great one for helping you get past that. And she offers lots of tips, lots of exercises, and she tells it in a very no-nonsense way. If you're opposed to cussing, you're not going to like this book. But if you're okay with a little cussing and a little bit of jokey, you'll dig it.
I've got it sitting on my bookshelf.
This is not sponsored by Jen Sincero.
You're just a big fan.
I'm not even, but this book, yes. Her first book was good, but I was like, ugh, okay, enough already. This book, I was like, yes, queen, yes, more.
I can't wait to read it. It's still on my bookshelf, just like staring at me. I'm trying to finish up one more, and then I'll be on that one.
I'm reading this right now, though.
Oh. What do you think?
Now, I've taken this book out from the library like 100 times and never finished it. I'm going to finish it this time.
Why is it not?
It's another one. Huh?
It's just not an easy read. Why aren't you finishing it?
So it's two books in one. On this side of the page is like the nonfiction tips and strategy and whatever, and then on this side, the purple side, is like this long drawn out story that I am not interested in reading. So I'm just reading the one side, and it's one part mindset stuff like the Jen Sincero book, and then one part practical, invest, real estate, ask for a raise, that kind of tips too. Yeah. So it's
you're taking the meat and leaving out the book.
Says mindset is the key to changing your habits. Money mindset is beyond critical, she says, and she knows.
Agreed.
So, yeah. Carrie, actually, we should have kept her on. Carrie, what is one of your favorite books to suggest to people who may not be ready to hire you?
While she's thinking about that, for my podcast people, because I'm a podcast junkie, Planet Money is a great one. That one talks about money, but on a larger scale. So it's more economics, very geeky stuff, but it kind of helps you think about money on a global perspective. It's so nerdy, but it's interesting stuff.
I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
I like that. I've never heard of it. What's it called?
Planet Money. The Richest Man in Babylon. Okay, let me write that down. Whatever she recommends, I'm going to get.
I read that ages ago. Maybe not.
Yeah, Planet Money is awesome.
So, The Richest Man in Babylon is another book suggestion straight from the Financial Stylist.
I am going to get that one from Amazon. I'm writing it down now.
Uh-huh. And if you want another mindset one, Think and Grow Rich is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you read that one, though.
I haven't, no. It's actually one of those things that until they put it on my free library ebook list, I'm not going to read it. Or I'm cheap.
I hear you. I want
to read it for free.
Yeah, I think Jensen Cheryl's book is one that I will get in hard copy, even though I have it on Audible.
Me too.
But for most books, I'll read them at the library, and if I love it, then I'll buy it.
Yeah, same way. I always go to the free option first.
I want y'all to look at what Carrie just said. Everybody who's watching this replay, this is where you need to focus. Look what Carrie just said. She gives budget boot camps away every month for free. Go to your financial stylist, okay? Love Carrie Pink. You're doing the Lord's work, Carrie. So
information on that. You touched on communication as it relates to relationships and marriages.
Don't be scared to have those money talks, guys. I was. Full disclosure, I was. I am not a shy person. I'm just like, I know this is going to be uncomfortable for him, and that's going to make me uncomfortable, and I just don't want to have it. We're going to be in a bad mood. I just want to snuggle and watch TV. Yeah. So I was really nervous, and it took me a little while to start having the conversations. And I know I have to still broach it in a sweet way and come around and then come into the conversation.
Yeah, because nobody really wants to talk about. I think in a relationship, nobody gets excited about talking about money. Nobody's like, oh, I can't wait to talk to my spouse about how much money I spent last week. Like, that doesn't.
I kind of feel like Carrie is.
Yeah. Like everybody's like.
So, yeah, we have to have the conversations. It's part of adulting. And we can call our show adulting.
I mean, it goes back to this. Am I right?
Listen, putting that within it as a line item in your agenda, that's so smart, because you can put that in between the positive, the money, then the positive. Just sandwich it right in between.
You're such a wonderful spouse. By the way, let's talk about money. You're such a wonderful spouse.
There it is.
Every week we talk about it. I think it needs to happen. And I think because a lot of us didn't grow up with our parents discussing money openly, it's hard to do. So we just have to teach ourselves how to do it. Like, there's no choice. We have to.
Agreed. And be a really good reminder or role model for your kids, and have them understand money early, have them understand the concepts of what money is. And I'm trying to do that with my kids. My children are 3 and 4, and I'm trying to get them to understand, like, working makes money goes here and there. So they're starting to get it. But when my son asks if he can have something, and I'm like, well, we're not going to use our money on that right now. He's like, but you work. But you work to have money so I can have a car. And I'm like,
that's why you work, so I can get things. Yeah.
Right? So we're going to have to work on teaching him what budgeting is. And allocation.
That's the part of parenthood I'm looking forward to. Like, certain parts of parenthood, Lord, I'm looking forward to teaching my kids about how to use money responsibly, and how to save, and how to, get the things they want, and looking, and having them get excited when they save money and then can buy something they've wanted. So I'm excited about that part.
Yeah, nice. I'm excited for them to stop asking me for stuff. I mean, when does that come?
Give them a job.
Listen, I need to go out and rake the lawn.
For $2? Heck yeah. Are you kidding me? Dude. Or get them their own YouTube channel so they can make their own books. Come on, you got.
Oh my gosh, Rowan said he wants to do toys like some boy Ryan. So now I got to figure out who this Ryan is.
You don't know who Ryan is? Ryan makes millions off of opening up toys.
Millions?
Millions.
Do you know the name of the thing? I gotta look at this.
Just go to Google and type in Ryan Toys and it'll pop up.
I'm going to.
Yeah. So boom.
That's the lady who opens eggs?
No, but she talks too. Yeah, sorry. We do that.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
That's an after show combo. So let's see. Oh, so The Richest Man in Babylon is about saving, Carrie says. So, what else? Are we good?
I think we're good. I'm pulling up. We've tackled everything. Yeah, that's our money conversation. I think we should maybe do another one in like 6 months or so to kind of revisit the conversation. Should people have any more questions about money in general? Because I feel like there's so many things we could talk about.
I think so too. And also, I think there were a couple things that were competing with us, with our normal audience. So they're probably going to watch the replay and ask their questions then. So maybe we'll do it sooner, maybe like 3 months.
Yeah, you guys let us
know.
We'll
have Carrie back. If Carrie will join us. Yes. So yeah. So this was a good talk.
And
all right, so that's good. Thank you guys for joining us. All you replay viewers, thanks for watching. I'm Dani.
I'm Brittany. Dani, have fun at Mom 2.0 this week.
I will. And for anyone who's watching who I'll see there, come give me a hug, okay? All right, Brittany. See you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, girl. Bye.
Bye.